Hello and welcome back SciTi Tech. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a 3D printed RGB Neopixel glasses with using an Arduino Nano. Let's get started. And these are the items you're going to need to make for this project. The items you're going to need: 24 WS2812 Neopixels, a 300 ohm resistor, a slide switch, an Arduino Nano, a 9-volt battery clip, and a 9-volt battery. And you're also going to need a 3D printed housing for this project. You're also going to need some neodymium magnets and some wire. Now let's go ahead and assemble this project and let's get started. First, I'm going to take the Neopixels and put them in position. And what I want to do is animate them where they both follow the same direction on each side. When I wire the Neopixels together, the current will flow this direction. Place them inside the 3D printed housing, just like this. And then take a lead wire that comes from a resistor or an LED and bend it in a 90-degree angle. So that way I can connect all of the 5-volt pins together. Do that first to make it easier to put them all together, so then that way I can add the extra wires, which will be the data wires and the ground wires. And repeat the same process with the rest of the Neopixels, and it should look just like this. Now I can place it in and it stays in firm, which is exactly what I want. Doing this will make it a lot easier to connect the data pins and the ground pins together. And it should look just like this when complete. Next, I'm going to take these 3 wires and I want to connect the 2 inputs together. This input connects to this input. Doing this will allow the 2 frames of the glasses to follow the same animation. Before doing that, I want to connect the 3 housings together. Take some super glue and glue everything together. Spray some activator and stick it together. Make sure it's nice and even. And there, all 3 parts of the housing is now connected. Next, I'm going to take the first strand of the Neopixels, connect the wires and slide it through the hole. And I'll take the Neopixels and place them inside. Next, I'm going to take these wires, separate them, and then solder these wires to the input of this strand of Neopixels. Solder the ground to ground, data to data, and 5 volts to 5 volts. And there, should look just like this when complete. Next, I'm going to take 3 more wires, which will connect to the input of these Neopixels and connect to the Arduino Nano. And there, should look just like this. Next, I'm going to take these 3 wires, put them through this hole. Next, take these wires and put them through the holes through this piece. Put the 2 parts together with super glue. Spray some activator. Hold it into place. And there, those 2 parts are now connected. And now it's time to connect the Arduino Nano. Take this blue wire, which will represent ground, and connect it to ground. Solder it into place. Take this yellow wire, which is the data wire, and connect it to data 6. Take the green wire, which is 5 volts, and connect it to 5 volts. Solder them both into place. Next, take the 9-volt battery clip. And take the red wire, which is positive, and connect that to VIN, or voltage in. Solder it into place. And then take the black wire, which is negative, and connect it to ground. Solder it into place. Whoops, I forgot to take the 300 ohm resistor. I need to connect that to data 6. And there we go, solder the 300 ohm resistor to data 6. Cut off the excess. Next, take some shrink tubing and place it onto the data wire. And then take the data wire that's connected to the Neopixels and solder it to the 300 ohm resistor. And now take the shrink tubing and cover the 300 ohm resistor. Shrink the tube. And there, should look just like this. And now test it out. And there, as you can see, it works. And as you can see, these wires are in the way of the Neopixels. What I need to do is move them and superglue them into place, so that way they don't cover up the LEDs. Press it down, spray some activator, add more superglue to the wires, glue them into place. And there, now they're not in the way of the LEDs. Next, what I need to do is take some more superglue and glue down all of the Neopixels. Put some superglue onto the housing, spray some activator, and press down on all of the Neopixels. And there, the Neopixels are now glued into place. Make one more test to see if it still works. And there, still works. Very good. Next, take some more superglue and place it on the perimeter of this housing. And I'll spray some activator on the front part of the housing. And I'll take this front part of the housing and place it onto the frames. And glue it into place. And there, this part is now complete. Make one more test to see how it looks. As you can see, this looks great. Next, take some hot glue and glue down the Arduino Nano. Glue it to this part of the housing. Connect the 9-volt battery. Place it in. Push down the wires and get an idea of where I'm going to place the switch. Cut the positive wire right about here. And now take a soldering iron and make a hole inside the housing. And there we go, it's a perfect size for the slide switch. Next, remove the insulation of those wires. Solder tin them. And then take the wires and place them through the hole. And now solder those wires to the slide switch. Take the slide switch and place it into that hole. Next, take the 9-volt battery, place it back inside the housing. Next, take some neodymium magnets, spray some activator, add some superglue to the neodymium magnet, place it on only one magnet, and glue it to the side of the housing. Make sure that the second magnet is flush with the top of the housing, and repeat the same process a second time. Next, take some more superglue, and place it on top of the second magnet. A small amount so the magnets don't glue together. Spray some activator onto this piece of housing. Put everything into place. And then take this piece of housing and glue it to the neodymium magnets. Wait a little bit for it to cure. And there, as you can see, the neodymium magnets have glued into place. And it should look just like this. Next, take some hot glue and put some hot glue onto the neodymium magnets to make sure they stay in place. Adding more glue makes it extra strong. And now put the 9-volt battery in place and put this part of the housing back into place, and there, this part is now complete. Next, I'm going to take the second part of the housing and repeat the same process. And there, it should look just like this when complete. And what's useful about this part of the housing, you can place an extra 9-volt battery in it, and this will be your backup, or you can have 2 batteries. Next, take this part of the housing, put some super glue on it, spray some activator, and glue it into place. And there, the housing is now complete. And there, the project is now complete. Now let's go ahead and test it out. And now let's see how this looks in the dark. This looks very nice, very festive, and very fun. And now it's time to try it on. I have it right here. It fits perfectly. A little tight on the side, a little heavy on the nose bridge, but overall comfortable. The sides right here is supporting on my ears, and the side pieces here fit perfectly on the side of my head. It won't come off that easy, stays on, and that's actually very comfortable. Now it's time to turn it on. And as you can see, it works. Now as you can see, this is the strand test that I have set on the Arduino Nano. Of course, if you wanted to, you can always change the code to have a different type of animation, but this is just the standard. In my opinion, I like this type of animation. It's basic, and it's fun. Although this one right here, where it's just rainbow, I think I would prefer to left it on this, because I like this kind of animation a lot. I'll have to reprogram it to do only this. Now, in case if you're wondering, am I being blinded from the light? Actually, no, because the direction of the LEDs are facing this direction, which means it's not shining directly in my eyes. And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own 3D printed RGB Neopixel glasses with using an Arduino Nano. Thank you for watching SciTech Tech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified of future SciTech Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.